Well, here we are, out on the Sussex Downs again. Summer's almost gone, isn't it amazing? I would say this has been probably the fastest summer I've ever known. But this is Dec Clusky. You're probably subscribed. I hope you are subscribed to 4 Minutes on the Net with Dec. You may be a member of the Serious Writers Guild. And you may like our website, makehits.com. One question I get asked all the time in email is, guys, just looking for that little bit extra, the final key in the lock, final latch in the lock to make them successful, really successful. And some guys are quite successful. So I always say people are driving BMWs and they feel that they should be chauffeur driven in rollers. That's the extra key in the lock, the extra notch. And then maybe yourself, maybe you're driving a 13-year-old Focus and you feel you should be driving a BMW. It's that one little thing. What are you missing? What is that one little thing that you're missing? And it is always one little thing. The one little thing is never the one little thing. I always say it's the one attitude. It's probably something that you know about that you just don't want to do. It could be something to do with your dress. You're one of those people who's desperately jealous. I'm not going to wear a suit. I'm not going to wear a tie. I'm not going to dress up to go on stage. Maybe that. It may be your music. I'm not going to do that stuff in the charts. It's rubbish. I'm going to do my own music. It could be any of those little things. It could be a tiny bit to do with stagecraft. The way you walk on stage and you're walking on wrong, just completely wrong. And that sort of thing is so easy to fix. But the more you walk on stage, the more polished that wrong becomes. Does that make sense? And it's the same as your music. You may be doing the wrong type of music, but you're doing it night after night to audiences. And the more wrong you do it, and the more you go on stage doing it, the more polished the wrong will become. It may be your teeth, it could be your hair, it could be your fingernails, it could be the tattoos you've got, it could be anything. But let me try here, and I'm not preaching at all. In fact, people say, what are your credentials, Dec? Well, my credentials are that I've been at this game a long time. I've seen it all. I've worked with the greatest producers. I've worked with the greatest directors. I've worked with the greatest orchestras, the greatest musicians. I'm astonishingly blessed. And I'm also astonishingly blessed that I had a fantastic education thanks to my mother. Don't know how she did it. To this day, I don't know how she did it. But I did have 2 scholarships running at the same time when I was at school. I went to an incredibly, probably the top academic school in Ireland, and I'm blessed for that. So my qualifications for talking to you like this, yeah, all the records, 29 million I think they tell me I sold. You know, the first show I ever did, I've never actually done an amateur show. Believe it or not, I've never done a talent show. The only talent show I ever did was where we were guaranteed to win, and that is absolutely the truth. That was in Dublin. But I've never done an amateur show. The first show I ever did was to 8,000 people in the Irish National Boxing Stadium. I mean, get out of that, isn't that fantastic? The first television show I did was the Ed Sullivan Show, which was 64 million people watching it in America. The first colour television show, yeah, I did that. That was me. And the first boy band, that was my band. There was never a boy band before that. We had the first boy band, which was produced by Ross Taylor, the famous Ross Taylor. So my qualifications for talking to you like this are very well founded. And as I say, you would be well advised to listen to me. Well, do you see, it's maybe just that one thing, and you will, trust me on this, you will never ever find it yourself. And you will never ever find it asking your band members, or asking Charlie down the pub, as I always say, or asking your wife, your girlfriend, your partner, your significant other. You will never ever find it. You have got to actually go to the people that matter to find it. You got to go to people like me. And this, you know, with all the emails I get talking about this is probably the only unashamed pitch I've ever done for my famous course, How to Make a Million from Your Music. And that was the one that won me the award of one of the top 10 most influential people in the music industry in the last 40 years. And yes, I got that for that book. And, you know, 3,617 members of the Serious Writers Guild worldwide, all, I would say, all having success. The testimonials, they just write to me all the time. And even if it's not success in music, the amazing thing is, they write to me because they've got success in business, because the methods in there are just stunning for any business. So there we have it. If you have one thing, or you feel you got one thing, or maybe a couple of things missing, just bite the bullet, and then you can talk to me on the phone, by Skype, by email. You have my undivided attention. You can even come down to Eastbourne, take me out to lunch. What would that be like? What would you learn from that? Because I still learn. I take people out to lunch, and I still learn at my stage of the game. So there we are, How to Make a Million from Your Music. The Serious Writers Guild, makehits.com, Dec Clusky, 4 minutes on the neck with Dec. I'm always saying that, 4 minutes on the neck with Dec. Don't know why. 4 minutes on the net with Dec. See you next week. Bye.